If you are joining us for the first time, I am delighted to tell you that we upload a fresh English learning video every single day to help you accelerate your fluency and sound more authentic when you speak. In today's episode, we are diving into something transformative, something that can entirely shift the way you articulate your thoughts and perceive the English language. We are exploring sophisticated C2 level vocabulary. You will not only discover novel words, but also learn how to weave them naturally into your daily life, your conversations, and your written correspondence. By the conclusion of this lesson, you will possess the ability to utilize high-level vocabulary that sounds astute, polished, and self-assured. We will investigate definitions, underlying meanings, word pairings, and real-world scenarios that demonstrate how proficient speakers convey their ideas with exactitude. This is far more than a simple word list. It is a comprehensive workshop, a complete immersion into the language that will assist you in thinking, feeling, and communicating at the C2 level. Before we commence, please ensure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never overlook a new English learning episode. So, prepare your notebook, remain attentive, and let's start constructing your advanced English vocabulary together. Let's start gradually. Imagine you are chatting with a native speaker about your weekend. Instead of saying, "It was a nice weekend," you might say, "It was a rejuvenating weekend." The word rejuvenating adds a layer of physical and mental recovery. It informs the listener that your time off restored your energy and vitality. That is the strength of advanced vocabulary. It enables you to describe not just the event, but the effect it had on you. Let's look at another instance. Instead of saying, "I'm very hungry," you could say, "I'm famished." Famished sounds much more intense. It indicates an extreme need for food, implying you haven't eaten for a long time. When you employ such specific terms, you sound more vivid and engaging. You demonstrate that your language aligns perfectly with your physical state. Now, let's practice together. Repeat after me slowly. It was a rejuvenating weekend. I am absolutely famished after that hike. Her performance was thoroughly captivating. These sentences might appear straightforward, but they contain upgraded word choices that make your English sound refined and native-like. At the C2 level, vocabulary isn't about memorizing obscure terms. It is about nuance, selecting the precise word for the specific context. For example, the distinction between cold and freezing is more than just temperature. Cold is a general feeling, but freezing suggests an extreme, biting chill. It creates a sensory experience. And often, advanced vocabulary isn't about formality. It is about being descriptive, specific, and emotionally resonant. Let's practice defining emotions. Instead of, "I'm worried," say, "I'm apprehensive." Instead of, "I'm confused," say, "I'm perplexed." Instead of, "I'm tired of this," say, "I'm weary." Listen to how each word clarifies the situation. Apprehensive means anxious about the future. Perplexed means completely baffled or puzzled. Weary means deeply tired, often from enduring something for too long. Each word sharpens your expression. Now, let's integrate this into natural storytelling. Visualize this scenario. You are waiting for important news. You could say, "I felt apprehensive while waiting for the email." Then imagine looking at a difficult math problem. You could say, "I was utterly perplexed by the solution." Or, "After working on the project for months, I felt weary yet proud." When you link feelings to tangible moments, these words become part of your active mindset, not just passive knowledge. At the advanced level, it is also crucial to grasp connotations. Connotation refers to the feeling a word carries beyond its dictionary definition. For instance, skinny and slender describe a similar body type, but skinny can sound negative or unhealthy, while slender sounds graceful and elegant. You might say, she has a slender figure. Both are grammatically correct, but one is more complimentary. Let's try this. I will say two sentences, and you consider which sounds more precise. He is a stubborn person versus he is an obstinate person. The second sentence, obstinate, sounds more sophisticated. It implies a refusal to change one's mind despite reason or persuasion. That is the elegance of advanced vocabulary. It adds layers of meaning to your speech. Now, consider this sentence. It was a big mistake. You can elevate it to, it was a monumental mistake, or even, it was a grave mistake. These subtle adjustments make your English sound serious and authoritative. Let's practice together now. Say aloud after me. It was a monumental achievement. He is an obstinate negotiator. She has a slender and graceful appearance. Remember, fluency at the C2 level is not merely about speed. It is about speaking with intent, accuracy, and depth. Now, let's examine a few more phrases that proficient speakers frequently utilize in everyday life. Instead of saying, I think, you might say, it appears to me. Instead of, I want to do it, say, I am keen to do it. Instead of, it's easy, you can say, it's straightforward. Listen to the flow. It sounds more professional, more objective, and more adult. Let's practice conversational style. Imagine someone asks, is this difficult? You could answer, it's hard. But at the C2 level, you might say, it's challenging but manageable. That shows a balanced perspective. It means you acknowledge the difficulty, but also the solution. Another advanced phrase is, it's highly probable. It means something is very likely to happen. For example, if someone asks, will it rain? You could say, it's highly probable given the clouds. These types of phrases make your English sound calculated and observant. Let's do a quick exercise together. I will say a simple sentence, and you try to refine it in your head. It's funny. You could change it to, it's hilarious. It's sad. You could say, it's tragic. I'm sure. Try, I'm convinced. It's strange. You could say, it's peculiar. These refinements might seem minor, but they completely alter how you are received as a speaker. They make you sound more cultured, assured, and interesting. And remember, utilizing advanced vocabulary is not about arrogance. It is about articulating your reality. It is about fidelity to your thoughts. When you attain this stage, you cease translating. You begin conceptualizing in English. Every advanced learner requires daily repetition to keep these terms accessible in their memory. So, here is a practical suggestion. Select 5 sophisticated words from today's session and attempt to employ them in your interactions today. Compose a brief entry about your day using them. For example, today was a productive day. I felt keen to start my work. The results were truly gratifying. Though I was famished by lunch, I felt energized. That is how you ensure advanced words embed themselves in your life. At the C2 level, it is also vital to cultivate a keen sense of appropriateness. This means you do not just learn definitions, you learn contexts. For instance, the word rigorous means extremely thorough and exhaustive. You could say, the training was rigorous, which implies it was hard and strict. But if you use rigorous in a soft context like, he was rigorous about his nap time, it sounds slightly ironic and playful. That is what fluent speakers do. They manipulate words to suit the mood. Let's practice together. Repeat after me slowly. The safety checks were rigorous. She has a rigorous study schedule. We need a rigorous analysis of the data. Each sentence demonstrates discipline and high standards, one of the primary characteristics of academic English. Now, let's observe another powerful word, imminent. It means something is about to happen very soon. You might say the storm is imminent, or their arrival is imminent. Using imminent instead of coming soon gives your sentence a sense of urgency and expectation. Let's practice. A decision is imminent. We are facing an imminent deadline. Danger was imminent, so they left quickly. Notice how the word carries a sense of immediate future. This is the kind of temporal precision you find at the C2 level. Here is another superb word, obscure. It means not discovered or known about, or uncertain. You can say, the reasons for his choice remain obscure, which means they are hidden, or he quoted an obscure poet, meaning a poet not many people know. Advanced speakers appreciate words like this because they describe the unknown. Life often has mysteries, and language needs words to describe them. Now, let's use obscure in conversation. Her background is somewhat obscure. The meaning of the text was obscure to me. They met in an obscure village in the mountains. Try articulating it aloud. It sounds mysterious, intelligent, and descriptive. Next, let's discuss the word counterproductive. Many learners know bad or useless, but counterproductive sounds more analytical. It means having the opposite of the desired effect. You can say, yelling is counterproductive, or working without a break is counterproductive. Advanced English speakers often favor words like this because they explain cause and effect logic. Let's practice with short statements. This strategy is counterproductive. Worrying is often counterproductive. Forcing memorization can be counterproductive to learning. Now, let's transition to something more emotional. The word overwhelming. Overwhelming means very strong, too much to handle, or immense. You can say, the support I received was overwhelming, or the grief was overwhelming. It is one of those words that instantly conveys the magnitude of a feeling. Try repeating these phrases slowly. The response was overwhelming. I felt an overwhelming sense of joy. The evidence against him was overwhelming. Do you hear how heavy and significant it sounds? That is the weight of advanced English. Intense, descriptive, impactful. Let's now construct a small scenario together for practice. Imagine you are describing a concert. Instead of saying, it was loud and great, you could say, the energy in the stadium was overwhelming and electric. Now, imagine you are describing a workload. You could say, the number of tasks became counterproductive. I couldn't focus on anything. By using these words in realistic contexts, you will retain them forever. Here is another refined word. Imminent connects logically with disaster or success. You can say, disaster was imminent. Success is never imminent without hard work. The delay was imminent due to the traffic. These are phrases that naturally occur in news reports and formal discussions. Now, let's attempt a practice challenge. I will provide a basic sentence and you will try to elevate it to C2 level in your mind. Ready? He didn't want to do it. You could say, he was reluctant. She was very clean. Try. She was immaculate. The story was fake. Try. The story was fabricated. Let's do it again. It's not important. You could say, it's trivial. It's going to happen. You could say, it's inevitable. He is very smart. You could say, he is intellectually sharp. These drills help your brain create rapid connections. When you practice frequently, you will instinctively select advanced words instead of elementary ones. That is how you condition your mind to operate at the C2 level. Now, let's investigate a few more advanced words that appear regularly in sophisticated English conversations. The word diligent means careful and persistent in work or effort. You can say, "She is a diligent student," or "He was diligent in his research." It is different from just working hard. Diligent implies care and consistency. Let's repeat. I appreciate your diligent efforts. We need a diligent approach to solve this. Being diligent is the path to success. Next, resourceful. One of my preferred words. It means having the ability to find quick and clever ways to overcome difficulties. You can say she is a resourceful manager, meaning she fixes problems easily. Or he was resourceful enough to build a shelter. The more you practice such terms, the more you will recognize them in professional environments. Now, repeat after me. She is a resourceful leader. You have to be resourceful when you have no budget. Resourceful people survive in any situation. Let's create a mini narrative using both words, diligent and resourceful. During the crisis, Mark was diligent in checking the details. His resourceful nature allowed him to find a solution when everyone else gave up. He utilized the limited tools he had with great skill. Do you see how words can construct a profile of competence and reliability? That is what distinguishes professional English from casual chat. Let's move to a few formal style words that can also be utilized in daily English. Substantial means of considerable importance, size, or worth. For example, he made a substantial donation. There is a substantial difference between the two ideas. You could also use it when talking about food. That was a substantial meal. Now, profound is similar, but used for depth of thought or feeling. You can say, there was a profound silence. The book had a profound effect on me. When you are mastering advanced English, concentrate on such weightiness. They show gravity and seriousness. Let's do a small practice, massive improvement. Try saying substantial savings, deep thought. Try profound thought, big change. Try substantial change. Every time you swap big or deep with a more specific adjective, your English becomes more potent. Now, let's reflect on one more comprehensive term, meticulous. It means showing great attention to detail, very careful and precise. You can say, we need a meticulous plan. She is meticulous about her appearance. It is particularly useful when describing high-quality work. Repeat with me. He did a meticulous job. The house was cleaned with meticulous care. Meticulous planning prevents mistakes. Let's add a short listening exercise for shadowing. I will speak a short paragraph, and you can try to repeat along with me in rhythm. Mastering vocabulary at the C2 level demands dedication. It is not merely about reciting lists, but integrating words into your lived experience. When you read, listen, and converse with intention, you will detect slight variations in tone. Every word possesses a spirit, a history, and a flavor. That is what renders English so fascinating. Pause. Take a deep breath. Consider the progress you have already made. You are not just acquiring vocabulary, you are upgrading your software for thinking. Let's acquire a few words related to resilience, because advanced learners often discuss overcoming obstacles. Tenacious means tending to keep a firm hold of something, clinging or adhering closely. You could say, she is tenacious in her pursuit of justice. Or, the weed is tenacious. It is a word of strength and grip. Now, endurance. It means the fact or power of enduring an unpleasant or difficult process or situation without giving way. Through endurance, he finished the marathon. Endurance is essential for long-term goals. You can also combine them. Her success is due to her tenacious endurance. Try articulating these sentences aloud. I admire his tenacious spirit. Endurance builds character. He faced the challenge with tenacity. These words are not just vocabulary, they are character traits. They remind you to hold on when the journey of learning English becomes steep. At the C2 level, you also start to value the grace of indirect language. You start noticing that sometimes implication is stronger than direct statement. Take the word infer. It means to deduce or conclude something from evidence and reasoning rather than from explicit statements. For example, from his silence, I inferred that he was angry. You can say, what can we infer from this data? Or, I inferred that she wasn't interested. Words like infer help you talk about logic and reading between the lines, something advanced speakers do constantly. Let's practice this concept. Repeat after me. I inferred from her tone that she was busy. Can you infer the meaning from the context? He didn't say no, but I inferred a refusal. Every sentence demonstrates how we process information. At the C2 level, processing is key. Now, let's explore another sophisticated word, divulge. Divulge means to make known private or sensitive information. You can say, she refused to divulge the secret. He divulged his plans to the team. The report divulged the company's losses. It is a formal and dramatic way to talk about revealing secrets. Let's practice together. I cannot divulge that information. He finally divulged the truth. Don't divulge personal details to strangers. These phrases are excellent for business or serious conversations. Next, let's look at coherent. It means logical and consistent. You can say her argument was coherent. He was not coherent after the accident. Instead of saying he made sense, advanced speakers prefer his speech was coherent. Try saying this aloud. I want to present a coherent strategy. Is my explanation coherent? The essay lacks a coherent structure. When you use such terms naturally, your English becomes organized, logical, and persuasive. Let's now link these words in a short story to make them vivid. Imagine you are at a press conference. A politician is speaking. You might say, his speech was coherent and well-planned. However, he refused to divulge the specific details of the budget. From his hesitation, the journalists inferred that the costs would be high. This is exactly how advanced vocabulary helps you narrate complex social interactions. Now, let's move to another word that demonstrates intellectual depth, perceptive. Perceptive means having or showing sensitive insight. For example, that was a perceptive remark. She is a perceptive observer of human behavior. It is a word often used to compliment someone's intelligence or social awareness. Let's practice together. You are very perceptive. It was a perceptive analysis of the situation. He wrote a perceptive article. When you add this word to your lexicon, you begin to sound like an observer, not just a participant. Next, let's explore elucidate. It means to make something clear, to explain. You can say, could you elucidate that theory? Or, the professor elucidated the complex equation. It is one of the most academic words in advanced communication, signaling a desire for clarity. Try these lines. Please elucidate your reasons. He elucidated the mystery perfectly. The diagram helps to elucidate the process. Using elucidate instead of clear up makes your English sound instantly scholarly and refined. Now, let's shift to a word often used in management: facilitate. It means to make an action or process easier. For example, the software facilitates remote work, or a mediator will facilitate the discussion. It is a functional verb that shows you focus on efficiency. Repeat with me. We need to facilitate better communication. The new road facilitates trade. Teachers facilitate learning. Practice how the rhythm feels, useful and professional. Let's combine these in context. During the lecture, the expert elucidated the main concepts. Her perceptive comments facilitated a deeper understanding among the students. Later, the group inferred the practical applications of the theory. This is how you weave vocabulary together, not as isolated units, but as a tapestry of fluent thought. Another vital concept for advanced learners is register. The register of your sentence, formal or informal, changes based on the word choice. Compare "I'm lucky" with "I'm fortunate." Lucky sounds casual. Fortunate sounds grateful and slightly more formal. Register helps you fit into different social environments. Let's explore a few register upgrades. Instead of saying "he is rich," you can say "he is affluent." Instead of "she is poor," try "she is destitute." Instead of "I'm sorry," say "I apologize." These choices reflect social awareness. They adjust the respect level while keeping the meaning. Try this mini practice. Repeat aloud. The area is known for its affluent residents. I sincerely apologize for the error. The family was left destitute after the war. Notice how respectful and serious these sound. Now, let's move to another family of words, those used for describing the passage of time and old things. The word archaic means very old or old-fashioned. You can say that Law is archaic. He uses archaic language. The computer system is archaic. A similar word is obsolete, which means no longer produced or used, out of date. The technology became obsolete. Typewriters are mostly obsolete. These words are often used to describe progress by contrasting it with the past. Let's practice shadowing together. The archaic rules were finally changed. The software is now obsolete. We must replace obsolete equipment. These sentences help you sound modern and critical. Now, an important advanced adjective, groundbreaking. It means innovative, pioneering. You can say, she is a groundbreaking scientist. It was a groundbreaking discovery. Or, their research is groundbreaking. This is a crucial word for C2 level learners who want to discuss progress and science. Try saying these aloud. The movie was groundbreaking visually. It was a groundbreaking decision by the court. They are working on a groundbreaking project. Let's connect these ideas in a real-world example. Imagine you are describing an industry. You could say, the introduction of the smartphone rendered old mobile phones obsolete. It was a groundbreaking invention that replaced archaic methods of communication. This is how C2 vocabulary helps you explain history and technology with precision. Let's also focus on an often misused word, pragmatic. It means dealing with things sensibly and realistically, in a way that is based on practical rather than theoretical considerations. She is a pragmatic leader. We need a pragmatic solution. He has a pragmatic approach to politics. When you use pragmatic naturally, it shows maturity and groundedness. Let's practice again. Let's be pragmatic about the budget. It was a pragmatic choice. We need less theory and more pragmatic action. Here is a short challenge. Combine pragmatic, obsolete, and facilitate into one story. For example, taking a pragmatic approach, we removed the obsolete machinery to facilitate a smoother production line. Try creating your own version of that sentence. It is a superb way to cement the words into your long-term memory. Now, let's shift to words about human interaction and kindness, an area where advanced vocabulary brings warmth. Altruistic means showing a disinterested and selfless concern for the well-being of others. You could say, he has altruistic motives. Her actions were purely altruistic. Or, volunteers are often altruistic people. Let's practice aloud. Altruistic behavior inspires others. It was an altruistic gesture. Society needs more altruistic leaders. These words show moral sophistication, a sign of a high-level speaker. Next, innate. It means inborn, natural. She has an innate talent for music. He has an innate sense of direction. It implies something you didn't need to learn. Try repeating. Kindness seems innate to her. We have an innate desire to learn. Is language ability innate? It is not learned. It is innate. This type of vocabulary is common when discussing psychology and talent. Now, let's use both words in a small practice scene. Even as a child, she showed an innate desire to help others. Her altruistic nature was evident in everything she did, from sharing toys to comforting friends. When you start speaking like this, you will notice something incredible. You are no longer just reporting facts. You are painting character portraits in English with depth and soul. That is the true signature of C2 level mastery. Let's conclude this section with a small introspection exercise. Think about your own strengths. How would you describe yourself using advanced vocabulary? Maybe you are tenacious, altruistic, innate, or pragmatic. Maybe you are perceptive, diligent, or meticulous. Choose 5 words that truly define you. Say them aloud. Feel how they resonate in your voice. That is how English becomes not just a skill, but an identity. At this level of English, your words are not just labels. They are mirrors of your self-perception. When you choose a word carefully, it reveals how clearly you understand yourself. Let's explore one of the most powerful words in advanced English: captivating. Captivating means capable of attracting and holding interest, charming. You might say, her voice is captivating, or the landscape was captivating. The word combines beauty and attention. It is magnetic, attractive, and delightful all at once. Let's practice together. Repeat after me slowly. It was a captivating performance. The book is captivating from the first page. She has a captivating smile. Each time you use this word, you suggest that you were under a spell. Now let's explore another advanced word, convoluted. Convoluted means extremely complex and difficult to follow. For example, the argument was convoluted, or the instructions were convoluted and confusing. This word brings criticism and clarity to your descriptions of confusion. Repeat these with me. The logic was convoluted. It is a convoluted process. His explanation was long and convoluted. Using convoluted helps you sound critical and sharp, perfect for advanced English learners who want to express frustration intelligently. Now, let's connect these 2 words, captivating and convoluted, in one story. The novel's plot was convoluted, yet the characters were so captivating that I couldn't stop reading. Do you hear how they balance each other? That is how advanced vocabulary manages contrast. Let's move on to another polished word, tactful. Tactful means having or showing a sense of what is fitting and considerate in dealing with others. You can say, she was very tactful in her refusal, or he gave a tactful critique. Tactful is one of those words that show social intelligence. It means you know how not to offend people. Let's practice aloud. He is known for being tactful. It wasn't a tactful thing to say. She handled the dispute in a tactful manner. These kinds of expressions make your English sound polite, diplomatic, and refined. Now, let's explore the word inevitable, but replace it with unavoidable. Many things in life are unavoidable: delay, aging, change. You could say the conflict was unavoidable given their personalities, or paying taxes is unavoidable. Advanced English often accepts reality with precise terms. That is how native speakers use vocabulary to describe the laws of life. Let's create another cluster of advanced, truthful words you can use in daily life: candid, frank, and forthright. These three words are similar but slightly different in tone. Candid means truthful and straightforward. She was candid about her past. Frank means open, sincere, and direct. To be frank, I don't like it. And forthright means direct and outspoken. He is a forthright man. Together, these words build a reputation for honesty. Let's practice softly. Her interview was candid. His frank admission surprised us. She is known for being forthright. When you start using these words, your sentences gain authority. They feel solid. Now, let's turn toward words that describe intellect and sharpness. An essential part of C2 fluency. One beautiful word is astute. It means having or showing an ability to accurately assess situations or people and turn this to one's advantage. She is an astute investor. It was an astute move. Try repeating these. He is an astute observer. Her political analysis was astute. You have to be astute to survive in this business. This word makes you sound strategically smart, qualities that make business and political conversations deeper. Another useful word is discerning. It implies having or showing good judgment. It describes someone who knows quality. He is a discerning customer. She has a discerning eye for art. A discerning palate involves tasting food well. It implies high standards. Let's try saying these together. The gallery caters to discerning collectors. Readers are becoming more discerning. She is discerning about who she trusts. Now, let's explore idioms relating to intellect. When words carry deeper meaning than what's said literally. For example, saying he is sharp as a tack means he is very intelligent. Advanced speakers often use idioms naturally. Try saying, she's on the ball. He is quick on the uptake. It went over my head. These expressions are common in native English. Let's pause and reflect. At this stage, it is not about memorizing idioms blindly. It is about using them to add flavor to your speech. Now, let's work with a few advanced adjectives that can instantly enrich your expression. Absorbing, gripping, and riveting. All three mean very interesting. Absorbing suggests you soak it up. That book is absorbing. Gripping means it holds you tight. The movie was gripping. Riveting means you cannot look away. The documentary was riveting. Let's practice these together. The lecture was absorbing. The finale was gripping. The testimony was riveting. Say them slowly. Feel how each has its own intensity. That is the texture of advanced English. Let's now explore the word mull over. It means to think about something deeply and at length. You can say, I need to mull over your offer. Or, he sat quietly, mulling over the possibilities. It is casual yet thoughtful, perfect for reflective conversations. Repeat after me. I will mull it over and let you know. She mulled over the idea for days. It is important to mull over big decisions. When you start using such phrasal verbs, your speech sounds native, relaxed, and wise. Now, let's combine these words in a short reflection. Sometimes I sit in the garden and mull over how life is full of surprises. It is gripping how people change, how situations become convoluted, and how every experience becomes a candid lesson. Do you feel how that sounds like fluent storytelling? That is the sound of C2 level natural English. Let's move on to another advanced term, cultured. It means characterized by refined taste and manners and good education. You can say, he is a cultured gentleman. They are a cultured family. Or, she has a cultured voice. It is a complimentary adjective. Now, repeat after me. Paris is a cultured city. He has a cultured appreciation for opera. The discussion was polite and cultured. This word brings class to your descriptions. It is perfect for describing people you respect. Another beautiful adjective is articulate. It describes a person who speaks fluently and coherently. You can say, she is an articulate speaker. His presentation was articulate and clear. Or, sometimes children can be surprisingly articulate. Practice aloud. He is highly articulate. Her defense was articulate. I want to be more articulate in meetings. When you use this word, you express admiration for communication skills. Let's tie this all together in a mini exercise. Imagine you are describing a mentor. You could say, she is an articulate and cultured professional with a captivating presence and an astute mind. Her ideas are groundbreaking, and her approach to problems is both tactful and pragmatic. That is the richness of C2 English. Each word adds a dimension of respect. Now, let's take a few moments to practice shadowing, repeating naturally with feeling. Advanced vocabulary allows you to paint a picture of people with words. It helps you describe your heroes, your friends, and your colleagues in ways that sound honoring, precise, and vivid. Pause. Repeat it again. Feel the rhythm. That is how fluency grows, through observation, admiration, and repetition. Let's continue exploring words that describe the atmosphere. Tranquil means free from disturbance, calm. The forest was tranquil. She has a tranquil demeanor. After the noise, the silence felt tranquil. Another similar word is serene. It also means calm, peaceful, and untroubled. The lake was serene. I enjoy the serene moments before dawn. Now practice these softly. The view was tranquil. I love the serene beauty of the mountains. Her face was calm and serene. These words are perfect for setting the scene. They bring peace into your everyday English. Now, a slightly stronger word, imposing. It means grand and impressive in appearance. The castle was imposing. He is an imposing figure. Using this kind of descriptive word gives size and weight to your sentences. Let's imagine together we stood there in silence, looking up at the imposing cliffs. Feel how the scene becomes majestic. That is what C2 level English does. It allows you to build worlds with words. Language at this level isn't just about information. It is about atmosphere, mood, and feeling. The more you practice, the more your mind begins to think in this rhythm. Tactful, articulate, gripping, tranquil. When you reach the C2 level, vocabulary becomes your instrument, and every word you play creates a melody of emotion, precision, and style. You start to realize that a single word can completely change the vibe of what you say. Let's take the word theory. It means a supposition or a system of ideas. For example, I have a theory about why he left. Or, the theory of relativity changed physics. It sounds intellectual and speculative. Repeat with me slowly. That is a plausible theory. She tested her theory. In theory, it should work. See how it adds a layer of thought to your language? Now let's explore another word, irony. Irony is the expression of one's meaning by using language that normally signifies the opposite, or a state of affairs that is contrary to what one expects. For example, the irony is that he hates flying but is a pilot. Or, it is a cruel irony that it rained on the driest day of the year. Understanding irony is part of advanced communication. It makes people smile and think. Practice these aloud. It is a delicious irony. Life is full of irony. The irony escaped him. Each time you use this kind of word, your English becomes not just fluent, but witty. Let's move to another important C2 level word, hesitant. It means tentative, unsure, or slow in acting or speaking. You could say, I am hesitant to accept the offer, or he gave a hesitant smile. Uncertain but polite. Native speakers often use this word when they want to be careful. Try saying these. She is hesitant about the change. I feel hesitant to interrupt. His steps were hesitant. Words like this allow you to capture human doubt gracefully. Now let's focus on a word that shows intellectual organization, systematic. It means done or acting according to a fixed plan or system, methodical. For example, he has a systematic approach. Her systematic review found the error. Or, we need to be systematic to finish on time. Practice softly. I am trying to be more systematic. He gave a systematic explanation. Her systematic habits make her efficient. This word is especially useful for planning, business, or science discussions. It is one of the pillars of C2 organizational language. Another advanced and elegant word is viewpoint. It means a particular attitude or way of considering a matter. For example, let me share my viewpoint, or try to see it from my viewpoint. It is simple yet distinct from opinion. It implies a position. Try these with me. From my viewpoint, it is a risk. We need to consider diverse viewpoints. His viewpoint is unique. Vocabulary like this helps you sound open and democratic. Now, let's practice these words in a little scene. Imagine you are debating a plan. You could say, I understand your viewpoint. It is logical. But from a systematic perspective, I am hesitant to proceed without more data. See how professional that sounds? You have used 3 advanced words, viewpoint, systematic, and hesitant, in one meaningful message. Let's now explore another powerful set of words, specific, factual, and brief. They may sound simple, but let's upgrade them. Specific becomes distinct. Factual becomes verifiable. Brief becomes concise. For example, her instructions were distinct. The data is verifiable. His speech was concise. Repeat after me. Be distinct in your request. Is this information verifiable? Keep your summary concise. These are essential words for any advanced speaker who wants to communicate efficiency. Now, let's take another word, imitation. It usually means a copy, but at a C2 level, we use artificial or synthetic to describe materials, but counterfeit for fake money or goods. However, for behavior, we might say affected. Her accent felt affected. It means not natural. It is a specific word that adds judgment. Let's now explore a word that connects deeply with time, wistful. It means having or showing a feeling of vague or regretful longing. For example, she had a wistful look in her eyes. He spoke in a wistful tone about his youth. It is poetic, emotional, and quieter than nostalgic. Say these slowly. I am feeling wistful today. The music made me feel wistful. There is a wistful quality to the painting. Words like these make your English sound sensitive and artistic. Let's move to invariably. It means in every case or on every occasion, always. Invariably, it rains when I wash my car. He is invariably late. Problems invariably arise. It is one of those words that adds emphasis to your patterns. Strong, definitive, absolute. Let's practice. Invariably, hard work pays off. The train is invariably crowded. She invariably smiles when she sees him. Now, let's discuss integral. It means necessary to make a whole complete, essential, or fundamental. Trust is integral to a relationship. Music is an integral part of my life. Practice is integral to success. Say these after me. Honesty is integral. Grammar is integral to structure. Respect is integral in a team. These sentences sound both natural and foundational. Let's explore intense again, but in a new way. You can use it for concentration or feeling. She has intense focus. He felt intense relief. There was an intense debate. It is sharp and energetic. a perfect word for advanced English learners who want to sound both passionate and serious. Now, let's shift to another important area of vocabulary, expressing agreement and disagreement politely. Instead of saying, "I don't agree," you can say, "I see your merit, but I diverge on this point." Instead of "you're wrong," say, "I beg to differ." Instead of "that's right," try, "I wholeheartedly endorse that." Practice these slowly. I wholeheartedly endorse that. I beg to differ. I see the merit in your argument. These expressions help you participate in mature debates without sounding rude. That is the art of diplomatic fluency. Now let's practice a few advanced transitions that connect ideas smoothly. Furthermore, consequently, conversely, hence, and granted. These are vital for advanced rhetoric. For example, the plan is expensive. Furthermore, it is risky. He didn't study. Consequently, he failed. She is loud. Conversely, he is quiet. It is raining. Hence, we are staying inside. Granted, it is difficult, but we must try. Repeat each phrase softly. Furthermore, consequently, conversely, hence, granted. These transitions act like glue. They hold your complex thoughts together. Let's use them in one long paragraph for practice. Learning advanced vocabulary is demanding. Granted, it takes time. Furthermore, it requires memory. Conversely, sticking to simple words limits you. Consequently, those who study daily succeed. Hence, you should never give up. Try shadowing that. Feel the rhythm of logical English. Now, let's focus on another key advanced skill, describing goals and desires. Aspiration means a hope or ambition of achieving something. Drive means an innate, biologically determined urge to attain a goal. Contentment means a state of happiness and satisfaction. Repeat after me. My aspiration is to lead. His drive is unstoppable. Finding contentment is the ultimate goal. These are deeply personal words. They belong to the language of self-improvement. Let's blend them into a reflection. Every learner has an aspiration. Through inner drive, that dream pushes forward. And when you finally reach your level, there is a deep sense of contentment, the peace of achievement. At this level, your vocabulary becomes part of your philosophy. It is not just about speaking well, it is about expressing your life's purpose with clarity. So let's end this part with a shadowing practice. Repeat naturally. Advanced vocabulary gives you power. It allows you to define your reality, not just react to it. It connects your mind, your soul, and your voice, making your English not just functional, but inspirational. Pause, breathe, and let those words sink in. At the C2 level, you begin to feel how words shape your destiny. The way you speak becomes the way you think, and the way you think becomes the way you live. Let's start with one of my favorite advanced idioms. Strike a chord. It means to cause someone to feel sympathy, emotion, or enthusiasm. You could say, "That story really struck a chord with me," or "Her speech struck a chord with the voters." It is one of those phrases that gives your English cultural weight. It shows connection. Try saying these aloud. His message struck a chord. That song strikes a chord every time. Her honesty struck a chord in the room. The phrase strike a chord makes your expression sound relatable. Now let's explore another strong C2 level word, genuineness. It comes from genuine. Genuineness means the quality of truly being what something is said to be, authenticity. People crave genuineness. Her genuineness shines through. Genuineness is rare in politics. Practice softly. I admire his genuineness. Genuineness creates bonds. Her genuine smile warms the heart. When you use such words, you bring sincerity into your communication. Let's now move toward a word that connects deeply with problem solving. Inventiveness. It means the quality of being inventive, creativity. You can say, Her inventiveness saved the project. The solution shows real inventiveness. It is a positive word for cleverness. Repeat with me. Inventiveness is a valuable skill. He tackled the issue with inventiveness. We need more inventiveness in our approach. This word is perfect when you want to praise someone's brain power. Next, let's focus on ease. As a verb, it means to make something unpleasant less intense. For example, music can ease the pain. The medicine helped ease her suffering. A kind word can ease the tension. It is a gentle word. Try repeating these softly. This will ease the burden. He tried to ease her worries. We must ease the transition. When you speak like this, your English carries comfort. Now let's explore a word that describes improvement. Enhance. It means to intensify, increase, or further improve the quality, value, or extent of. Good lighting enhances the room. Reading enhances your vocabulary. This spice enhances the flavor. It is a professional and positive word. Practice with me. I want to enhance my skills. Technology enhances life. Travel enhances your perspective. This word turns simple, make better, into something professional. Let's connect ease and enhance in a short reflection. When you ease someone's struggle, you enhance their life. When you ease your own stress, you enhance your performance. When you learn to enhance your focus, your results improve. That is what advanced English is. It is language with purpose. Now, let's look at another elegant word, fortify. It means to strengthen or invigorate mentally or physically. He fortified himself with a good breakfast. The news fortified their resolve. We need to fortify the walls. Repeat with me. Support fortifies courage. This knowledge fortifies my belief. Hope fortifies the spirit. You can feel the solidity in it. It is one of those strong verbs that give structure to your sentences. Now, let's explore tribulation. It means a cause of great trouble or suffering. You could say, she survived many trials and tribulations. Tribulation tests character. They bonded through their tribulations. Try these aloud. Tribulation makes us stronger. Life is full of joy and tribulation. Through tribulation, we learn patience. This word brings biblical or literary depth. It allows you to express struggle in a grand way. Now, pair it with another important word, stamina. It means the ability to sustain prolonged physical or mental effort. Stamina helps you finish the race. She has incredible mental stamina. Stamina is key to mastering a language. Let's practice together. Tribulation requires stamina. He showed great stamina during the exam. Life tests your stamina. When you put these together, you create meaningful, motivational English. For example, through tribulation, she built her stamina. Her story fortifies us all. Now let's move to another beautiful, advanced word appreciation. It means recognition and enjoyment of the good qualities of someone or something. She showed appreciation for the art. I have a deep appreciation for nature. Appreciation changes how you see the world. Say these gently. I want to express my appreciation. Appreciation brings joy. He has no appreciation for history. Appreciation is one of those universal words that sounds polite. It elevates your manners. Let's now practice linking appreciation, stamina, and tribulation together. Even during tribulation, maintaining appreciation gives you stamina. Appreciation helps you see the good in bad times. Stamina grows when appreciation fuels it. See how natural and inspirational this feels? That is C2 level emotional fluency. Now let's add another refined word, self-possession. It means composure, control of one's feelings and behavior. She answered with self-possession. He lost his self-possession for a moment. True leaders have self-possession. Repeat softly. Self-possession is a strength. She regained her self-possession quickly. Maintain your self-possession. These words, appreciation, self-possession, stamina, they create a mature personality description. Let's take a short reflective pause together. Imagine someone describing you as having stamina, being articulate, and having self-possession. It sounds powerful, doesn't it? That is what language mastery feels like. Respect commanded by words. Now, let's explore another advanced but useful word, venture. It means a risky or daring journey or undertaking. Starting a business is a venture. Their new venture failed. Life is a venture into the unknown. Practice with me. I wish you luck on your new venture. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Every venture carries risk. Let's connect it to another elegant word, devotion. It means love, loyalty, or enthusiasm for a person, activity, or cause. Her devotion to her family is beautiful. Devotion is what keeps you going. He succeeded because of his devotion. Say these slowly. Devotion brings rewards. Without devotion, love fades. Consistency and devotion lead to greatness. Now, combine both words into one idea. Every venture requires devotion. Every goal needs patience and stamina. Every moment of effort brings you closer to command of the language. Let's talk about command now. Command means authority and control, specifically mastery of a subject. She has a great command of French. He took command of the situation. True command comes from practice. Practice aloud. Command of English opens doors. She speaks with command. Through practice, command becomes natural. At this level, your relationship with English changes. It is no longer about rules. It becomes a venture of command, of expression, of thought. Let's reflect with a short shadowing practice. Learning English is not just about words. It is about connection, expression, and stamina. Every challenge is part of your venture. Every sentence you speak is a step toward command. Take a breath. Feel how your English is expanding, not just in vocabulary, but in meaning, tone, and flow. At the advanced level, language becomes more than a skill. It becomes a bridge between your inner world and the world around you. Let's begin this final part with one of the most graceful words in English, fortuity. It means a chance occurrence, a happy accident. For example, meeting him was a stroke of fortuity. The discovery was pure fortuity. Fortuity played a role in my success. The sound of the word itself feels academic yet lucky. Let's practice slowly together. It was sheer fortuity. Sometimes life's best moments come through fortuity. Using this word gives your speech a formal charm. It shows you acknowledge luck. Now, let's look at another C2 level word, transitory. It means not permanent, something temporary. The pain is transitory. Happiness can be transitory, but joy is deep. Life is a transitory experience. It is a deeply reflective word. Try saying it with me. Fame is transitory. Clouds are transitory. The feeling was transitory, but intense. Words like these make your English sound philosophical. They turn thoughts into wisdom. Now, let's explore revelation. It means a surprising and previously unknown fact, especially one that is made known in a dramatic way. The book was a revelation to me. I had a sudden revelation about the problem. It was a shocking revelation. Repeat softly, I had a revelation today. That moment was a true revelation. He shared a personal revelation. This word is intellectual and dramatic, perfect for storytelling. Now, let's bring in another powerful word, impetus. It means the force or energy with which a body moves, the driving force. That speech was the impetus for the movement. Fear was the impetus behind his action. Need is the impetus for invention. Practice with me. Every change needs an impetus. She provided the impetus for the project. The crisis served as an impetus for reform. This word makes your sentences sound dynamic and forceful. Let's now connect some of these words in one reflection. Sometimes fortuity brings us the impetus for transformation. Those moments may be transitory, but they often lead to powerful revelations that change how we see life. That's how C2 level vocabulary works, not as isolated words, but as living ideas. Now, let's focus on another elegant word, core. It means the part of something that is central to its existence or character. The core of the problem is money. Honesty is at the core of her personality. We need to strengthen our core values. Repeat slowly. That is the core of the idea. Simplicity is at the core of design. Get to the core of the matter. Using this word adds focus to your expression. It is strong and central. Let's move to quietness. It implies a state of calm. I enjoy the quietness of the library. After the storm, the quietness returned. Meditation brings quietness to the mind. Practice these softly. I need a moment of quietness. The room was filled with quietness. She smiled with inner quietness. This kind of vocabulary is simple but profound. Now, let's explore seclusion. It means the state of being private and away from other people. She went into seclusion to write. He lives in seclusion. Seclusion can be healing. Try saying these. I enjoy peaceful seclusion. Seclusion is not loneliness. In seclusion, thoughts clear. Using words like these transforms your English into something introspective. Now, let's go deeper into emotional awareness with the word somberness. It means a state of feeling sad and serious. There was a somberness in the room. The funeral was marked by somberness. Winter often brings a feeling of somberness. Repeat these softly. It was a moment of somberness. His tone carried a heavy somberness. Somberness demands respect. This word reminds you that English can paint dark colors too. Let's now explore consolation. It means the comfort received by a person after a loss or disappointment. The only consolation was that no one was hurt. Her words were a consolation to me. He found consolation in prayer. Practice with me. I found consolation in music. Friends offer consolation. Her friendship was my consolation. These words, somberness, seclusion, consolation, they create emotional harmony. Now, let's take a moment to practice reflection with these new words. Sometimes we find consolation in seclusion. Sometimes we sit in quiet somberness. But even in those moments, there is a kind of quietness, the core of being human. Pause, breathe. Feel how your mind connects with the rhythm of the words. This is advanced English in its truest form. Let's move to something more expressive now. Marvel. It means to be filled with wonder or astonishment. She marveled at the view. He marveled at her skill. We marveled at the technology. Say these softly. I marvel at nature. He spoke while marveling at the stars. They stood marveling at the sight. This verb carries energy. Another word that pairs beautifully with marvel is esteem. It means respect and admiration. I hold him in high esteem. She is held in great esteem by her colleagues. Self-esteem is crucial. Repeat these slowly. Esteem is earned. She bowed her head in esteem. We must treat elders with esteem. These words awaken social respect. They show that you value others. Now, let's build a final reflection for this section. When you walk through a museum, you marvel at the history, feeling a deep esteem for the artists. In that stillness, there is quietness. In that seclusion, there is thought. You see, This is what mastering English means. Not memorizing advanced words, but feeling them. Every word you learn shapes your inner voice. It refines the way you express your joy, your somberness, your marvel. And when that happens, you don't just speak English, you live it. At this level, your English begins to feel like music. Let's begin with one of the most expressive advanced words, unutterable. It means too great, intense, or awful to be described. The unutterable beauty of the scene. He felt unutterable joy. There was an unutterable sadness in his eyes. Repeat slowly. The view was unutterable. That moment felt unutterable. Some emotions are unutterable. This word allows you to express something beyond language. Now let's explore another elegant word, incandescent. It means emitting light as a result of being heated, passionate, or brilliant. Her performance was incandescent. He was incandescent with rage. The bulb was incandescent. Practice with me. The room was filled with incandescent light. Her talent is incandescent. The sun looked incandescent. When you use incandescent, your English becomes fiery. Next, let's move to composed. It means having one's feelings and expression under control, calm. She remained composed. His expression was composed. Stay composed. Repeat softly. I want to stay composed under pressure. She spoke in a composed tone. It is a word that balances strength and peace. Now let's learn divine. It means excellent, delightful, like a god. You can say, the food was divine. She looked divine. The painting was divine. Say these slowly with feeling. It was a divine experience. Her voice is divine. The performance was divine. This word adds high praise. Now let's move to a powerful emotional word, vehement. It means showing strong feeling, forceful, passionate, or intense. She was vehement in her denial. He issued a vehement protest. They share a vehement dislike for lies. Practice these aloud. I am a vehement supporter of truth. Her voice was full of vehement emotion. He pursued his rights with vehement determination. Now, let's connect these words, unutterable, incandescent, composed, divine, and vehement, in a single reflection. There are unutterable moments in life when the world feels incandescent and divine, when passion turns vehement, yet we remain composed. Those are the moments that remind us what it truly means to be alive. Do you feel how those words create both image and emotion? Let's now look at another advanced word, humanitarian. It means concerned with or seeking to promote human welfare. She is a humanitarian leader. He made a humanitarian effort. They acted with humanitarian goals. Repeat slowly. I want to be more humanitarian. Her humanitarian work inspires others. The crisis needs a humanitarian response. Another similar word is munificent. It means more generous than is usual or necessary. He was a munificent patron of the arts. She gave a munificent gift. It takes a munificent spirit to share everything. Practice these softly. Try to be munificent. His response was munificent. They praised her for her munificent donation. Now, let's turn toward another beautiful word, evolution. It means the gradual development of something. The evolution of language is fascinating. His ideas went through an evolution. Say these aloud with flow. Life is constant evolution. Learning brings evolution of thought. Her style has undergone an evolution. Let's pair it with outstrip. It means to move faster than and overtake. Demand outstripped supply. She outstripped her rivals. Technology outstrips our ability to adapt. Practice with me. We must outstrip the competition. Excellence outstrips mediocrity. The more you speak like this, the more your English feels fast and capable. Now, let's practice combining these words together in meaning. Through evolution, we learn to outstrip our past. We become incandescent, composed, and humanitarian. Not because life is easy, but because we learn to grow through it. Pause. Reflect on that rhythm. Now, let's turn to a few advanced verbs that help you express emotion and observation in everyday conversation. Reminisce, contemplate, and espouse. Reminisce means to indulge in enjoyable recollection of past events. We reminisced about our college days. She reminisced about the summer. I like to reminisce with old friends. Try saying them. I reminisce often. He reminisced with a smile. Sometimes I reminisce about my childhood. Next, contemplate. It means to look thoughtfully for a long time at. He contemplated the painting. I often contemplate the future. She sat in silence, contemplating her move. Repeat these softly. I contemplate the stars. He contemplated for hours. She contemplated the meaning. Contemplate has a quiet strength. Now, espouse. It means to adopt or support a cause, belief, or way of life. She espoused the cause of justice. He espoused a vegan lifestyle. They espoused the new theory. Practice with me. Espouse positive values. Espouse kindness. He learned to espouse tolerance. Now, let's combine all three. Sometimes we reminisce about what we've done, contemplate what we can do, and espouse what we believe in. That's advanced fluency, words becoming values. Let's go deeper into emotional language with unguarded. It means open, not defensive. It's okay to be unguarded. She spoke with unguarded honesty. Being unguarded takes trust. Say them softly. I feel unguarded with you. Unguarded moments are real. He was brave enough to be unguarded. Native speakers often use this word when expressing emotional truth. Now, let's reflect with a short shadowing paragraph. At the heart of fluency is being unguarded, the willingness to speak even imperfectly to express emotion without fear. That's where connection lives. Pause. Breathe. Let's start this part with one of the most thoughtful words in the language, self-examining. It means looking inward. She became more self-examining. I spent a quiet evening in a self-examining mood. Repeat softly. I'm feeling self-examining today. He's a self-examining person. Using this word gives your English emotional depth. Now, let's explore another beautiful word, nostalgic. It implies looking back. The music made me nostalgic. He felt nostalgic for home. Say these slowly. It is a nostalgic tune. She spoke in a nostalgic tone. His book offers a nostalgic look at the 90s. These words balance the present and the past. Now, let's move to a word that captures emotional strength. Resigned. It describes someone who has accepted something unpleasant that cannot be avoided. He was resigned to his fate. She gave a resigned sigh. Being resigned implies acceptance. Repeat after me. He is resigned to the delay. She stayed resigned and calm. Sometimes being resigned brings peace. This word reflects quiet acceptance. Now, let's learn limpid. It means completely clear and transparent. Her eyes were limpid pools. He writes with limpid prose. She spoke with limpid clarity. Practice softly. I try to keep my thoughts limpid. The water was limpid. Limpid writing is beautiful. It shines through calm clarity. Next, let's explore rational. It means based on or in accordance with reason or logic. Her argument was rational. He is a rational thinker. A rational decision is best. Say them aloud. Keep your ideas rational. She wrote a rational plan. He is a very rational speaker. Rational and limpid often work together, one for thought, one for expression. Now, let's introduce another intellectual word, gradation. It means a scale or a series of successive changes, stages, or degrees. She understood the gradation of color. There is a gradation of difficulty. His writing captures the gradations of feeling. Practice with me. I love the gradation of light. Every language has its gradations. Understanding gradation is key to fluency. Let's connect these in a reflection. Fluency is not just about words, it's about gradation, the ability to feel the small shifts in tone. When your speech becomes rational and limpid, when you understand the gradations of expression, you begin to sound truly natural. Now, let's explore open. It means honest, frank, and sincere. She gave an open answer. I appreciate your open feedback. He spoke openly. Say these slowly. Be open but kind. Her open honesty earned respect. He is known for his open opinions. Advanced English loves this word because it expresses truth with humility. Now, let's learn conscientious. Conscientious means wishing to do one's work or duty well and thoroughly. She is conscientious about her grades. He is a conscientious employee. Conscientious effort leads to mastery. Practice with me. Be conscientious in practice. Her conscientious effort paid off. Every conscientious learner becomes fluent. Next, let's discover steadfastness. It means the quality of being resolutely or dutifully firm and unwavering. Her steadfastness inspired the whole team. He approached learning with quiet steadfastness. Success demands steadfastness. Say these softly. Steadfastness turns effort into achievement. He is known for his steadfast spirit. Her steadfastness is admirable. Steadfastness combines strength and loyalty. Now let's bring in mettle. It means a person's ability to cope well with difficulties or to face a demanding situation in a spirited and resilient way. She showed her mettle in the finals. Mettle helps us endure pain. He showed great mettle during the crisis. Repeat these aloud. Mettle builds character. Inner mettle keeps us calm. True mettle is silent but strong. Steadfastness and mettle are like companions. Let's combine them in a small reflection. Fluency is not built in a day. It is built through steadfastness, the daily effort and mettle, the calm strength to continue even when progress feels slow. Now, let's move to something more expressive. Mirror. It means to imitate. She tries to mirror her teacher's intonation. He mirrored his mentor's discipline. Children often mirror their parents. Practice with me. Mirror the habits of fluent speakers. He mirrored her confidence. To grow, we must mirror excellence. Now, let's learn nurture. It means to care for and encourage the growth or development of. She nurtured patience. He nurtured a love for reading. We should nurture gratitude every day. Say these softly. Nurture your vocabulary. Nurture kindness. Fluency is nurtured through daily practice. Now, let's learn absorb. It means to take in or soak up. She absorbed the information. He is fully absorbed in his new job. To learn effectively, absorb the language. Practice aloud. Absorb English daily. He is absorbed in his studies. Absorption leads to understanding. Let's connect these three in a single reflection. To become fluent, you must mirror native rhythm, nurture awareness, and absorb real English. Don't chase perfection, nurture progress. Now, let's explore expressiveness again. It's not just about beautiful speech, it's about speaking with grace. She spoke with quiet expressiveness. His expressiveness moved the audience. Sometimes silence is the greatest expressiveness. Repeat softly. Expressiveness begins with clarity. True expressiveness is not loud, it's sincere. Your voice can carry expressiveness when your heart believes in your words. Now, let's reflect together in a soft practice paragraph. Every time you speak, you create art. Every sentence carries energy. The more you listen, the more you feel, the more you nurture your expressiveness. And when your speech becomes natural, calm, and expressive, you'll realize you've already reached fluency. Pause. Breathe. Let that thought rest gently in your mind. At this stage, your relationship with English is no longer about studying. It is about feeling the language flow through you. Every sentence becomes a mirror of your thoughts, every word a reflection of your emotions, and this awareness is the heart of mastery. Let's begin this final part with a profound word, cognizant. It means having knowledge or being aware of. She was cognizant of the risks. He offered a cognizant perspective. The discussion was cognizant of the facts. Say these slowly. I am becoming more cognizant every day. A cognizant mind listens. Education leads to a cognizant society. When you use this word, your English sounds calm and wise. Now, let's explore another refined word, evanescent, which we touched on earlier. It means quickly fading or disappearing. Every moment is evanescent, yet every memory eternal. Happiness may be evanescent, but gratitude makes it last. The sunset's beauty is evanescent. It is a word that teaches softness. Now, let's learn provisional, another word meaning arranged or existing for the present, possibly to be changed later. The agreement is provisional. Fame is provisional. Purpose endures. They shared a provisional plan. Say these softly. Feelings are provisional. Life's beauty is provisional, but precious. Let go of provisional worries. These words, evanescent and provisional, carry wisdom in simplicity. Let's move toward a powerful emotional word, composure. It means the state or feeling of being calm and in control of oneself. She handled criticism with composure. Composure is peace. He spoke with composure. Repeat slowly. I want to live with composure. He maintained composure. True confidence is silent composure. This word brings serenity into your language. Now let's explore rectitude. It means morally correct behavior or thinking, righteousness. Rectitude is doing the right thing. He is respected for his rectitude. Language fluency without rectitude lacks meaning. Say these gently. Rectitude creates trust. She is known for her rectitude. Rectitude gives value to success. When you speak with rectitude, your voice carries weight. Now, let's turn to another timeless word, sympathy. It means feelings of pity and sorrow for someone else's misfortune. Sympathy connects hearts. He listened with sympathy. Without sympathy, communication loses its soul. Practice with me. Sympathy builds bridges. True fluency requires sympathy. Her sympathy made her words healing. Let's blend sympathy, rectitude, and composure into one short reflection. Fluency is not only the art of expression, it is the balance of composure, the honesty of rectitude, and the kindness of sympathy. These qualities transform speech into understanding. Now, let's move to judgment. It means the ability to make considered decisions or come to sensible conclusions. He made his choice with judgment. Judgment comes from experience. In communication, judgment means knowing when to speak. Say these aloud. I value judgment. Her judgment makes her a good listener. Judgment grows with silence. It is a word of emotional intelligence. Now, let's explore lucky break again. Every discovery in language is a lucky break. Sometimes mistakes lead to lucky breaks. Your journey toward fluency has been full of lucky breaks. Repeat softly. Learning is a lucky break adventure. Be open to a lucky break. It often leads you where you belong. Let's now introduce destined one last time, not as fear, but as peace. Growth is destined when you stay consistent. Change is destined. In learning, mistakes are destined and progress follows. Say these aloud. Fluency is destined when passion guides you. Change is destined. Patience makes destined growth peaceful. The word itself carries quiet strength. Now, let's reflect on everything we've learned through this masterclass, from diligent to tenacious, from articulate to tranquil, from nuance to metal, from altruistic to unutterable. Each word you learned was more than vocabulary. It was a new way to see life. You didn't just expand your word bank, you expanded your perception, your emotional awareness, your ability to express gratitude, vulnerability, and clarity. And that is what true C2 English fluency means, emotional intelligence through language. Let's take a moment to practice a final reflection together. Language is not only about communication, it is about compassion. Every word is a seed. When spoken with kindness, it grows understanding. When spoken with patience, it builds connection. When spoken with truth, it creates peace. Pause. Let that resonate. Now, imagine you're speaking English naturally, effortlessly, without fear. You describe your day with clarity, your thoughts with depth, and your emotions with grace. You use words like monumental, limpid, profound, and munificent, not to impress, but to express. You speak with composure, sympathy, and confidence. You no longer learn English, you live in English. Let's practice one final series of sentences to lock this journey into memory. I speak with confidence and compassion. My words reflect clarity and calmness. Every day, my vocabulary grows stronger and my heart more fluent. Now, say softly, I am fluent in understanding. I am fluent in expression. I am fluent in peace. You have reached the end of this advanced vocabulary masterclass, not as a student, but as a communicator of thought, emotion, and truth. You now hold the tools to describe the world, not just accurately, but beautifully. Remember, mastery isn't about knowing every word. It is about using the right words to express what is real. It is about calmness in your voice, confidence in your tone, and kindness in your message. Keep practicing every day. Keep listening, reading, and reflecting. Let words like stamina, quietude, mettle, articulacy, and appreciation become part of your nature. And when you speak next time, pause for a moment, breathe, and let your voice carry wisdom, compassion, and serenity. The true sound of a C2 speaker. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Elena, and it has been a joy guiding you through this journey. If this lesson struck a chord with you, remember to keep learning, keep reflecting, and most importantly, keep speaking, because your voice matters. See you soon, and until next time, stay fluent, stay calm, and stay curious.